Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysplasia. So in arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysplasia, here there is fatty infiltration. Here what happens is fatty infiltration and fibrosis of right ventricular myocardium occurs. Okay, because of this will result in progressive right ventricular dilatation, and dysfunction will occur. And even sometimes left ventricle is also involved and septum is spared. Left ventricle is involved and septum is spared. So if you see on electron microscopy, you will see present defect in desmosomes is seen, and on electron microscopy you will see presence of defect in desmosomes is seen. What does these desmosomes do? They are important for cell to cell binding. So this arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysplasia is an autosomal dominant disorder. So if you see the clinical features, in the clinical features you will see presence of palpitations, there will be syncope, and there will be the syncope will be there. Okay, the patient, there will be family history of sudden cardiac death will be seen in the family. In the family there is history of sudden cardiac death. Then if you see what is the most common ECG abnormalities, most common ECG abnormality is there are ventricular ectopics are seen. Okay, there is ventricular tachycardia, and you will also see ventricular fibrillation. Right ventricular malformation is malfunction is seen, which leads to dyspnea and leg swelling. Okay, this is important feature of arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysplasia. And if you see the differential diagnosis, of arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysphagia is called as Uhl's anomaly. In Uhl's anomaly, this Uhl's anomaly has a thin-walled right ventricle. Okay, right ventricle is thin-walled. Sorry, this is leg swelling. Okay, so this is also called as, so because of the thin-walled right ventricle, we call it as parchment heart. So what do you see here in parchment heart? Also called as parchment heart. This parchment heart, this Uhl's anomaly is actually a rare, it is a rare congenital heart condition where the myocytes are absent in the right ventricle. Myocytes are absent in the right ventricle, and this will result in right ventricular failure. This will result in arrhythmias during infancy. Right ventricular failure will occur, and there will be arrhythmias during infancy will occur. Okay, so this is about the Uhl's anomaly. Now again coming back to arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysplasia. So here in arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysplasia, the right ventricular muscle is replaced by fatty infiltration and fibrosis. Thus there is right ventricular dilatation and dysfunction occur. Now if you see the investigation, if you have to do ECG. In the ECG you will see presence of a epsilon wave. Okay, so this wave which you are seeing here, this is called as epsilon wave is seen. Okay, and if you do a cardiac MRI, you will see presence of fibrofatty tissue is seen on cardiac MRI. Then if you do an electrophysiology, this will produce ventricular tachycardia. And If you do biopsy will show presence of fatty infiltration is seen especially in geriatric patients. But important thing is this biopsy is not diagnostic, because normally there is also fatty infiltration is also seen in geriatric patients also, so it is not diagnostic. Now if you see the treatment of choice of this, the drug of choice is beta blockers, that is sotalol are used, whereas treatment of choice is intracardial defibrillator is used. Fatty infiltration is also seen in geriatric patients, so it is not suggestive. This is implantable, this is implantable cardiac defibrillator is used. Defibrillator, this is the treatment of choice. Actually, if you see, sotalol is the most effective drug for inducible and non-inducible ventricular tachycardia. Thank you for watching.